Thanks very much for joining me. I will soon be introducing legislation calling for a moratorium on the construction of new data centers. Now, as a result, I've been called a Luddite, anti-innovation, anti-progress, pro-Chinese, among many other things. So, why am I doing that? Why am I calling for a moratorium on the construction of new data centers? Bottom line, we are at the beginning of the most profound technological revolution in world history. That's the truth. This is a revolution which will bring unimaginable changes to our world. This is a revolution which will impact our economy with massive job displacement. It will threaten our democratic institutions. It will impact our emotional well-being and what it even means to be a human being. It will impact how we educate and raise our kids. It will impact the nature of warfare, something we are seeing right now in Iran. Further, and frighteningly, some very knowledgeable people fear that what was once seen as science fiction could soon become a reality. And that is that super intelligent AI could become smarter than human beings, could become independent of human control, and pose an existential threat to the entire human race. In other words, human beings could actually lose control over the planet. And in the midst of all of that, all of this transformative change, what I have to tell you is that the United States Congress hasn't a clue, not a clue, as to how to respond to these revolutionary technologies and protect the American people. And it's not only not having a clue, they're out busy raising money all day long from AI and their super PACs, which is a whole other problem. As many of you know, the AI revolution is being pushed by the wealthiest people in our country, including Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, and others. All of these people are multi-billionaires who, if they are successful at AI, will become even richer and more powerful than they are today. What I want to do now is not tell you my fears regarding AI and robotics. I want you to actually hear from them, the billionaires who are pushing these technologies. Listen carefully to what they are saying. Elon Musk, wealthiest person alive, stated that, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. All jobs. Working will be optional, end of quote. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, predicted that, quote, AI could displace half of all entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 1 to 5 years. And that, quote, humanity is about to be handed almost unimaginable power, and it is deeply unclear whether our social, political, and technological systems possess the maturity to wield it, end quote. That's Amodei. According to Demis Hassabis, the head of Google's DeepMind, this is Google's DeepMind, the AI revolution will be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and 10 times faster. All right, you got that? That means it will have 100 times greater impact on society than the Industrial Revolution had. Jeff Bezos, the fourth richest person in the world, has been pushing his staff for years to think big and envision what it would take for Amazon, which he owns, to fully automate its operations and replace at least 600,000 warehouse workers with robots. 600,000 jobs gone, robots doing the work. Bill Gates, also one of the wealthiest people on earth, predicted that humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote, such as manufacturing products, delivering packages, or growing food over the next decade due to artificial intelligence. Mustafa Suleyman, the CEO of Microsoft AI, said most white-collar work, quote, will be fully automated by an AI within the next 12 to 18 months, end quote. Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, predicted that AI will eliminate, quote, literally half of all white-collar jobs in the U.S., end quote, within the next decade. I want you to hear this one. Larry Ellison, also one of the richest people on earth and a major investor in AI, said that there will be an artificial intelligence-powered surveillance state where, quote, citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that is going on, end quote. Dr. Jeffrey Hinton, considered to be the godfather of AI, believes there is a, quote, 10% to 20% chance for AI to wipe us out, end quote. Mark Zuckerberg, the fifth richest person in the world, is building a data center in the state of Louisiana, a data center that is the size of Manhattan and will use 3 times the quantity of electricity that the entire city of New Orleans uses every year. All right? Now, for many years now, leading experts have called for regulation and reasonable pauses to the development of artificial intelligence to ensure the safety, the very safety of humanity. Let's go back to our good friend Elon Musk. He said back in 2018, quote, this is Elon Musk, mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes, so why do we have no regulatory oversight? This is insane, end quote, Elon Musk. In March of 2023, over 1,000 business leaders in the big tech industry, prominent scientists, AI researchers, and academics co-signed an open letter entitled, quote, Pause Giant AI Experiments, end quote, stating, we must ask ourselves, should we let machines flood our information channels with propaganda and untruth? Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us? Should we risk loss of control of our civilization? Should we risk loss of control of our civilization? Such decisions must not be delegated to unelected tech leaders. Therefore, we call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4. This pause should be public and verifiable and include all key actors. If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium, end of quote. That is what some of the leaders in the AI industry have said. And clearly where we are right now is that there has not been any pause. There has been massive amounts of competition between one company and the other, between the United States and China. So, bottom line is that in my view, to protect our workers from losing their jobs, to protect human beings from attacks on their mental health, to protect our kids, to protect the safety of human life, yeah, we need a moratorium on data centers. We need to take a deep breath. We need to make sure that AI and robotics work for all of us, not just a handful of billionaires. Thanks very much.